What is up, YouTube? It's your boy, The Walk 71 for PlayStation with a 4. I'm here with my NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 2 review for you guys. Now, honestly, this NXT TakeOver special was good. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty good. Let's get right into it. Now, we open up with a match that was okay. We have Austin Aries taking on No Way Jose, and honestly, this match is pretty decent. It started off kind of slow and boring at first, and then it started to pick up a little bit, and it was decent. I've seen a lot from No Way Jose. Like, I've never seen this much from No Way Jose. He's been doing a little bit this and that. He's been doing a lot of enhancement matches because they're trying to build him up. So this is really like his first major match. And honestly, I've seen a lot of good stuff from No Way Jose. I didn't think he could actually do some of the stuff that he was doing. Austin Aries, of course, is an incredible performer by all means, but I felt like he was a little slower than usual tonight. Like, he didn't do everything that I thought he was gonna do. I mean, he did a lot though. He did a lot, but he didn't do a lot at the same time. I mean, he did the last chancery. He did a little elbow smack. He did that bottom rope suicide dive, which is very impressive because, he finally connected with it, unlike the last match with Shinsuke Nakamura where he hit the barricade, but he actually connected with it. I felt like Austin Aries could have did more this match. The ending consisted of Austin Aries hitting a sunset flip into a last chancery, I believe. And one more thing, this was the loudest I've seen at any NXT event that Austin Aries got a pop, and he's a heel. This is the loudest I've heard him get a reaction at NXT, in my opinion. No Way Jose is over. He had a whole Congo dancing line of people dancing around and stuff. It was pretty lit. I guess NXT is treating this TakeOver Brooklyn like WrestleMania, because it was a lot of WrestleMania type entrances tonight as we get later on down here. So Austin Aries comes out. Austin Aries comes out on top as the winner. He defeats No Way Jose. After the match, he starts to attack No Way Jose. Hits the last chancery. No Way Jose is tapping out. And then, boom, Hideo Itami's theme song hits. Boom, we have Hideo Itami come out with the full-on suit. He comes out. He stares at him. Austin Aries starts to attack Hideo Itami. Hideo Itami comes back with some strikes. And then he did the unthinkable. He hit the GTS. I lost my mind. He hit the go to sleep on Austin Aries. WWE, or not WWE, but NXT is finally letting Hideo Itami hit the GTS, and I'm happy because that's his move. Forget CM Punk. He trash wrestling. We don't want to hear anything from Punk, to be honest. But for Itami to hit that move is so clean. And now we have possibly a match of the year coming soon. Austin Aries versus Hideo Itami, NXT Flames. The next match we have one of the two debut matches. We have Ember Moon taking on Billie Kay, the debuting Ember Moon, formerly known as Athena in the Indies. Now, I'm not one of the people who said I've been watching her ever since she was in the Indies and I follow her whole career. No. That's totally not who I am. I've done some research on her. I've seen a couple matches. I've seen her finisher. Oh my God, her finisher. I forgot the name of it, but her finisher is clean. And she hit it tonight, and I'm glad that she's able to do it because that move is so unique and crazy. So we have Athena, or Ember Moon, pretty much is probably going to be the person to take the title off of Asuka, to be honest, because I feel like she's the only person right now on the NXT women's roster that will actually give Asuka a fight for her money, or actually will might be able to beat Asuka, if that means anything. So, and what NXT's been doing, they've been building Billie Kay up, giving her some credibility so that they can have her job to Ember Moon in her debut. Now, Billie Kay did get some offense in, which is great. I mean, it's pretty cool. But Amber Moon, very clean. I can't wait to see what she does in NXT. The ending consisted of her finisher. I forgot the name of it. Where she's on the top rope, right? And she twists and she hits a stunner, bruh. She jumps off the top ropes and hits a stunner, bruh. That's crazy, bro. That's better than the springboard stunner John Cena used to do, which was stupid. But that was a crazy finisher. Like, wow, it's something different, something unique. It's something like you've never really seen before. I mean, we've seen a stunner, but we've never seen somebody jump off the top rope and do a stunner. Like, I feel like that's pretty cool. Her entrance was clean. Her theme song was clean. I mean, she had the red contacts because I guess it's something with the moon rising. You know, her last name, Blood Moon. She had a red eye contacts. She was just clean. I can't wait to see what she does in the NXT women's division. I can tell they're going to start debuting more women. As you saw on the previous episode of NXT, they had a 6-woman tag match, and about 4 of the women in there were new up-and-coming wrestlers. And the thing about NXT is, like, a lot of the wrestlers that have been doing great are going to... I've been on the main roster. You got Becky, Sasha, Charlotte. Soon it's going to be Bayley, right? You have the 4 horsewomen, the women who've been performing incredible matches in NXT. They're gone. You have to bring in a new breed. Then you have Alexa Bliss. You have Nia Jax. You have Carmella, I guess. And now that they're gone, NXT has a giant hole they have to fix with the women's division. And hopefully they'll be bringing in more talent and pushing the more women they have in their roster so that they can, you know, make the women's division better than what it was before and make it good. Because so far, I don't know who's next for Asuka to face for the title right now. Next match we have the glorious debut of Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode finally debuted in NXT. Matter of fact, he finally debuted in WWE. Oh my gosh. We had weeks and weeks of build-up. Not even for this match, just for Bobby Roode's character. With the glorious bombs that have been trending on Twitter, where Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa just follow Bobby Roode and play his theme song, and then he nods at the camera. And Bobby Roode's been over from that, so people instantly love Bobby Roode. We enter the match. He's facing Andrade Cien Almas, right? The new Mexican sensation in NXT. Mexican sensation. And Bobby Roode's entrance was so clean. He looked like Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25. He was on this little tall platform or whatever, flail his arms up and just had everybody sing his theme song, chant his name, and just bowing down to Bobby Roode. And then the platform started to come down, and Bobby Roode was just so clean with the robe, the gimmick robe. Like, he was just clean altogether. He's the heel. He even trashed Brooklyn and still got cheered. That man is amazing. And if you don't know who Bobby Roode is, slap yourself and then do some research, because Bobby Roode is a very glorious wrestler. This match as a whole was decent. It was good. It was everything I expected. But the crazy part is Andrade Almas, the Mexican sensation, he actually looked good in this match, and it wasn't even his match. Like, this was better than his own debut match. I don't know, maybe NXT is starting to let him do more, let him, you know, do what got him into NXT, which was like some of the stuff he did when he was La Sombra or whatever. He was doing straight jacket German suplexes. This man was doing, I don't know, corkscrew dives off of the top rope to the outside, then off of the rope into the inside. This guy was doing a lot. It felt like it was a very competitive match, even though it was supposed to be not an enhancement match, but a debut. But you know how most debuts are. It's really an enhancement match just so you can see how it is. But Bobby Roode put in work too, because you know Bobby Roode is Bobby Roode. He won the match. His finisher, I don't agree with it. It's not really it's more of a signature than a finisher. His finisher is the pump handle slam, and they call it the glorious bomb. I feel like he could do more. Just have him use the crossface or something, or have him use this one move he did in TNA where he had him in He has somebody in a fireman's carry, flips him. I guess it's kind of like, I think it's a Death Valley driver. I don't remember. It looked like a Death Valley driver to me. Just have him do that. Like, if you can let Hideo Itami do a GTS, have him do a Death Valley driver or a crossface or something. Honestly, his debut was glorious. Bobby Roode altogether is a great competitor. So now the next match we have the Revival taking on Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano for the NXT Tag Team Championships. And honestly, this match might be possibly match of the night, maybe. Or at least at this point, it was match of the night. This match was great. Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano. I have to clap it up for them. The Revival. Had to clap it up for them because honestly, they showed up to Brooklyn and they showed out and they did great. I mean, from the Revival, you saw what they did. They were literally doing anything they could to make sure that they stay on top, they stay on you, or that they win and retain these titles. There was one part where they were beating down Tommaso Ciampa, right? And Tommaso Ciampa, I think, no. They was either beating down Tommaso Ciampa or Johnny Gargano. I don't remember, right? And then I believe it was Dash Wilder. He was on the ropes, like he was on the outside, and then he magically just flipped over the rope into the ring, and the referee had to check on him to make sure he was fine. He just, just randomly had a back spasm, and then he walked, and then whoever tagged in, I think it was Tommaso Ciampa tagging in Johnny Gargano. Yeah, it was that. Tagged him in. Referee didn't see it because, he was checking on him. So then they just start beating up Tommaso Ciampa again. And my God, Tommaso Ciampa finally hit a lot of those strong strikes he's known for. I mean, he got a lot of stuff in, but I mean, it wasn't the same Tommaso Ciampa from that Cruiserweight Classic match, but still, he did work. Johnny Gargano did work with the spears and the super kicks and the knees. Like, this match altogether was amazing. Like, this should just show you how good the NXT Tag Team division really is. They have jewels. Now, I don't know what's next. Like, who can the Revival face next? And that's one thing. If there's one thing I can say about NXT, it's like, when it comes to like certain championship matches and stuff, sometimes I ask, what's next? Who's next? Who's gonna face the Revival for the tag team titles at the next takeover? I don't think they're gonna build up TM61, which is currently, other than Gargano and Ciampa, the only relevant face tag team in NXT that I can think of right now, because the other heel tag team is those big brolic Samoan dudes, the Authors of Pain. Those are the only heels, and they're building them up, and they're building TM61 up. So honestly, they might do a rematch with Gargano and Ciampa versus the Revival. In my opinion, I felt like Gargano and Ciampa should have won, because then you could set up for the Authors of Pain possibly winning sooner or later, and then have the Revival go to the main roster, because I mean, Raw kind of needs more tag teams. I mean, they got Gallerson, they got The New Day, and they have Enzo and Cass, but those are only credible tag teams I could think of. Well, SmackDown has a lot of tag teams. But the ending of this match consisted of the Revival doing, like I said, they do whatever they can to make sure that they are going to win and retain those titles, because that's how important the titles is to them. So we have the ending. We have Gargano and Ciampa go for that knee super kick combo finisher, that very clean tag team finisher, which is nice. They hit it on Dash Wilder. 1, 2, 3. The referee counts 3, but Wilder's leg was on the rope, so Ciampa and Gargano were celebrating. They were getting excited, but the referee was like, his foot is on the ropes, and they didn't know. So then they tried to distract him. So then we see Tommaso Ciampa. I think he was about to go for the lung blower, where he goes for a power bomb instead of just dropping you on your back. He puts his knees into your back when he go for a power bomb, but instead, I believe Scott Dawson took took out Tommaso Ciampa, threw him into the ring post, and then came back in, and then they started to work the leg of Johnny Gargano. They took out his leg, and then Scott Dawson went for the Lucky 13, which is like a reverse figure four. It's the same move that Corey Graves used to do back when he was a wrestler. That move, and Johnny Gargano tapped out, and the Revival retained the tag team championships. Now, honestly, this was a good match. The ending, I mean, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the Revival winning. It's just now who's next for them. Like, who are they going to face now? It's time for NXT to start pushing some more tag teams or making some more tag teams credible, because the only face tag team that could face them is going to be... my fault. It has to be TM61. It has to be TM61. Those are the only people I can think of those are the only relevant face tag teams I can think of right now that's like credible for them. But honestly, good match. Hats off to both teams for putting on an incredible match in Brooklyn. Now the next match we have the NXT Women's Championship match. We have the champion Asuka taking on the challenger, the former NXT Women's Champion, 1/4 of the self-proclaimed four horsewomen of women's wrestling. Bayley, right? We have these two face off in the rematch from NXT TakeOver Dallas, where Asuka killed Bayley. Like, Bayley passed out and died. Like, we all saw what happened in that match. Asuka put her in the Asuka lock and Bayley passed out. So the whole thing behind this match was that Bayley is going to, not let that happen again. She's not going to allow Asuka to, pass her out. And there's been a couple moments where it looked like Bayley was about to lose, and she, fired up, went crazy on Asuka and everything. But Asuka, those kicks she hit on Bayley were beautiful. At the beginning, when she was kicking her, she did this one thing where she folds her leg back, and then when she lets go of her leg from folding it back, it hits Bayley in the head. She has Bayley on the outside, like laid across the ropes with her head on the outside, and she just straight kicks her in the face. We have a lot of kicks from Asuka. I mean, what can I say about Asuka? Her whole thing is that she wants to kill Bayley. She wants to end Bayley, right? But Bayley doesn't want to go out like she did before. She wants to, get her title back. So we have a match. We have Bayley, she's what's the word? I guess she's having flashbacks of what happened. She doesn't want to lose like that again. So there was a time where Asuka hit the Asuka lock, and Bayley just powered out of it, went crazy, hit a Bayley to belly, whatever she calls it. 1-2, Asuka kicks out, but the ending was so beautiful in my opinion. So we have Bayley, right? She won't give up. She's been what's the word I'm looking for? I think she got kicked or something. She got put in the Asuka lock. She tries to get out of it, right? And she told Asuka, "Come on, hit me in the face or do something." So Asuka just goes crazy, and then she hits a spinning heel kick right into another kick to the head, knocks Bayley out. 1, 2, 3. Asuka retains the title. Now, honestly, this match was nice. It was good. It told a story that Bayley. It told a story to me, that Bayley wasn't going to give up this time. She wasn't going to let her body give up, and that she wanted to give her all in her match against Asuka. Honestly, we all know this. This is her final match in NXT. We all know she's going to the main roster pretty soon. Don't know what brand she'll be on. I prefer her to be on SmackDown. But incredible match. Nice. The ending, they had her have her send off. She's hugging everybody. She's hugging Sasha, Becky, Charlotte, and then she hugs that little girl. Honestly, what I wanted to happen, I wanted Asuka to turn heel, because it would have been very interesting to have Asuka as a heel. As soon as she celebrates with Bayley, shakes her hand, gives her a hug, smacks her in the head. Oh my God, if she would have kicked her in the head and just held her championship up, that would have been so clean. I would have went crazy. So we have Asuka retaining. Now we have our next match, the main event of the night. we have NXT champion, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe, taking on the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura, in a NXT championship match. And honestly, this match was good. It was nice. It's a very hard hitting match that we wanted. I mean, it wasn't as hard hitting as I thought, but they did get a lot of hard hits in. Now we got to the point to where Samoa Joe probably has a dislocated jaw now. But what a match. Honestly, the ending itself, I mean, everything surrounding it, it was a good match. You have Samoa Joe looking dominant, and then you have Shinsuke Nakamura, trying to not come back, but get his offense in a way. And then you also have Samoa Joe looking extremely dominant. We even have Samoa Joe hit a suicide dive, because why not? Samoa Joe really put his all into it, and I thought he was going to win, because honestly, I feel like Joe needs to win and keep the title more, because I really feel like he's doing his best work right now as a heel champion right now. But the ending consisted of Nakamura hitting the Kinshasa. So Nakamura is your current and new NXT champion, but honestly, I don't want to rant here. I don't want to sound like I'm hating or salty, but I don't see the point of Nakamura winning the title. Honestly, Nakamura right now, charisma-wise, character-wise, and by the fans, he doesn't really need the title. He'll still if he lost tonight, he would have still been over after the fact, and probably would have chased the title later. I feel like Joe needs the title more, because Joe is still, him as champion. I feel like this title reign could last a long time. Like, he's been very dominant as champion. And I feel like Joe with the title is like really good right now. I feel like he needs it more than Nakamura right now. But honestly, it's not my decision. WWE's decision. Give the title to Nakamura. Now, I don't know who he's gonna face. He's gonna face Joe in the rematch. We know Nakamura's gonna win the rematch. Joe's probably gonna go to the main roster, hopefully, and hopefully WWE doesn't mess him up. That's why I want Joe on SmackDown and not Raw, because I feel like he won't even get an opportunity to keep him on SmackDown. Now we have Nakamura with the championship. I don't know who's going to come after Nakamura for the title. And it's also a rumor that the NXT title might have a white strap, just like how Nakamura's Intercontinental Championship had a white strap. They might give the NXT title a white strap just for Nakamura, because why not? Anyway, guys, my final thoughts on NXT. It was a pretty NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 2. It was a pretty good show. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little stuff here and there that I questioned, but I mean, the show all around was good. It was nice. It was watchable. It's probably gonna be better than SummerSlam, to be honest. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Follow me on all of my social media sites down in the description below. Anyway, guys, I'm out. Peace.